Okay, so now for her legs. So you want to start for each leg um, 1/4 an ounce. So that's 0.25 of 1 ounce. And I'm doing each leg at the same time because I want to make sure that they're the same size. So I'm going to roll it into a ball first, and then I'm going to start rolling them into kind of a sausage link. All right, so let's start with this first. So I'm going to start rolling it, but I do want one end to be smaller than the other. And then the finished size is going to be 3 inches long. So this is about, almost 3 inches. And I want to make sure that both ends are roughly the same size because this end is going to actually be the foot. Okay, so am I gauging the same? If it ends up being longer than 3 inches, that's fine. You can always trim it down to 3 inches. Okay, so then I'm going to take my pinky and I'm going to just eyeball the center, and I'm going to make a little mark. That's where your knee is at, okay? And then I'm going to take my pinky and just make maybe at a 1/2 inch another mark. That's going to be where the ankle is at. I'm going to make it a little bit deeper. Okay, so okay, so what you're going to do is this part you're going to press down. It's going to end up being the foot. And then this part you're going to squeeze up. So see how it's turning into a foot. So this would be the heel. I'm just narrowing it down a little bit. Okay, so then this is your calf right here. Okay, so then you have a little leg. So her legs, one is straight, the other one is bended. Okay, so then I'm just gonna make a little indentation for the knee. Okay, so then we have that. So always just gauge how the side of your leg is looking. Just roll it around. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. And pinch where the heel is at. And I'm just going to take it if I want it to narrow the ankle a little bit. Okay, so then, now this one here is bended. I'm going to cut behind the knee, and then I'm going to just bend it a bit, and then what I'm going to do is just pinch that so that it starts to kind of resemble a knee. Okay, so see how it's starting to look like a bended leg. So you basically want the leg to kind of look like this, where she's got her foot like this and it's bended. The other one doesn't really need to be, the other leg or foot doesn't need to be bended so much. Okay, so what I do is to make sure that these are the right length. Okay, they're pretty good. I want to cut this off just a tad bit at the 3-inch mark. Okay, so and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of wire, like 16 gauge, and then you're going to insert the wire into the top of your leg, just, you know, maybe an inch down or so. You want about, I'd say, half an inch sticking out. And once these dry, then you can actually stick them into the styrofoam, okay? But you want them to dry pretty well. All right, so I'm gonna put these on my little styrofoam. All right, so then I've got these were done yesterday, and we're gonna go over how to make the shoe. So I got some black fondant here. And I'm going to kind of roll that out a bit. If it's sticking because it's such a small piece, just use some cornstarch. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to take the foot. Oops, and it broke. Okay, well, let's move on. So I'm going to take the foot, at least I have the foot. And this is what happens when your legs are not dry enough, because this was yesterday. You need to probably have those legs dried, I'd say a good 2 days. And then what we're doing is we're kind of making the bottom of her shoe. All right, so this wants to tear, but I'm going to just place it on there anyhow. So I'm just gonna mold it since that piece tore off. So right now she's got the bottom of her shoe. All right. And if it's, what I want something is longer. If it's too long, you can always cut that off. Okay, so I'm gonna take some cornstarch. And make a very thin piece. And then I'm just going to wet that piece. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it at the side. And this is basically going to kind of be the side of her shoe. See, as I'm wrapping it around, and I'm just following the bottom of her shoe. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and just cut that piece away. Now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just press down the front, because she's wearing kind of a Mary Jane. All right. And then she has a little itty bitty crossover. You can either It's up to you. If you want to use a little bit of fondant, you can do that, or you can just draw it with a black marker. That'll work too. Since I'm here, I'm just going to use a piece of fondant. I'm going to just press that in. So that would be her little shoe. Okay. And as you can see, if it wasn't broken, this is what it would look like. So like I said, just make sure that they're very, very dry before you start messing around with her shoe. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself making more legs. So, okay, so then once they're dry, these legs are going to go inside here. So then that leg would be put in, and since you have the wire in there, you can wet it a little bit. It's going to adhere pretty nicely. Of course, you would take this out. Okay. And this is how it would look. It wouldn't be, of course, this wouldn't be flapping so much, but this is how it would look being set inside of your teacup. Okay. So like I said, I will have measurements for everything and a template for the styrofoam base for you in the packet of this project. All right, so thanks for watching, and we can always go over a little bit of it in class. All right, thanks, bye.